Is it possible to make a blind box of me and my boyfriend in literally 5 days for our 2-year anniversary? Let's just watch and find out. Maybe it'll go really good, or it could go like horribly wrong. I will be linking all of the supplies that I use down below, so please don't ask me, oh my god, where did you get that mold? Oh my god, what clay are you using? First of all, I'm using air dry clay because oven baked clay is not my friend. I digress. This is my 3rd attempt doing this. I will show you a little snippet of the bad one, the first 2, which they weren't so great. But when it got to the point where I had to do the body, I really tried my best, but I made us like flat as hell. Like, no, it wasn't great, but it still did the job. It's still cute, and I just progressed. Also, when I was rolling the legs, I don't know why, but this part rolling, like, I just wasn't having it. I was rolling it like 50 times, I swear. But eventually I got to it, and we're all great. I had to crease it with these little tools that I already had from, like, I actually did this before last year. That went horrible. I'll see if I can get a photo of it. Not cute, but he still loves it. Also, this is from my boyfriend. I don't remember if I said that already, but this is for a gift for our 2-year anniversary. I did one for our 1st year anniversary, and that failed miserably, but we keep moving forward. The little shoes were such a little hassle because they were so tiny, and I'm like, oh my god, we're both wearing docs for these outfits. Also, which, by the way, I asked him, what outfit do you want me to do? Like, just like, what's your favorite outfit in the last like 6 months with us? And he gave me these outfits, and I was like, okay, bet. I didn't give him a reason, but eventually I did tell him that I was doing something with clay, but I didn't show him the finishing thing. We have 2 little bald babies. We double it. We're gonna double it. Look at like my little babies, my little Sony angels. Also, Sony angels are ugly. So what's up with the boo-boos? Why do people like boo-boo? I mean, low-key I do want one, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to go out of my way just to get one. It got to the point where the clothes, and they just... it was a hassle. But after looking at several freaking TikToks of people making clay figures, I think they used glue, which is what I ended up using so that it could stick, and then I just kind of like finagled my way around it. Yeah. Then we started sanding, because sanding, we gotta keep the baby smooth, you know? But I did this before I added the hair, which was such a brilliant idea because I didn't want to damage the hair in case whatever, because it's gonna get very detailed. Did the hoodie that he had, and then we continue with the hair. And also, this part of the video is just horrible quality. I zoomed in on my phone. Also, I shot this all on the iPhone 15 Pro. Isn't that amazing? Like, what? Did the hair. He kind of looked like the alien or predator. I think he's the alien. Or maybe he's the predator. An alien versus predator. Anyways, he looked like a little squid tentacle thing, and it kind of scared me at first. But I had to keep going forward. By the way, I did let the head dry out first before I continued on doing this, because if I didn't and I just did it on the wet head clay, he would have morphed. I would have squished him a lot because I'm a squisher. I have big hands and this is such a tiny project, and I'm not careful with these things. If you see me paint, I'm not careful with my paintings. I go ham like a little 5-year-old girl, and it turns out good at the end, so who am I to say? Anyways, look at that. Look at that little head just tipping over. At this point, I did me, and I loved the bangs so much, and when I did the little creases, I was like screaming inside. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cute. What is this? What is this? Anyways, they're armless, so I had to do the arms. I think at this point, it's like day 2 or 3. It might be day 3. And it wasn't that hard to do the hands or the arms per se. The little hands kind of look like claws, but I digress. This is like my, let's say officially my 2nd time doing this, but technically it's like my 5th time doing this. And again, I glued the pieces with super nail glue. Super nail glue is like literally my best friend in this entire video, just to mind you. And we did it. We got the whole things down. We're gonna brush all the little dust so we don't have to paint on it, and then sand it more, make it softer, and vacuum it because I inhaled so much dust that day. Maybe also please wear a mask if you choose to do this. If you're sanding and doing all this finagly stuff, wear a mask. Wear a really good mask. Painted with Hemi acrylic wash, or not Hemi acrylic wash, Hemi acrylic paint, and honestly it did the job. I don't have acrylic paint. I wasn't going to use gouache because it would have reactivated with the resin, and I just I didn't want to go through that again from like last year. So did little details of his sweater. Also, my boyfriend's outfit was so outrageous, and he sent me a picture of the outfit. I'm like, dude, I can barely like see this. So then I had to Google one of the jackets, and the jackets were so fucking I was like, what is this so expensive? Why is it so expensive? Anyways, beautiful jacket nonetheless. Added blushes to our face, which was chef's kiss. I think it was so cute. I think it did kind of like bleed a little, I guess, if that's the right word, when I added the resin, but it still looked cute. Does it look like my boyfriend kind of got punched in the face and he has like a black eye a little bit, but not that much? Still kind of looks like blush. Anyways, continued on with this godforsaken Raf Simon little coat jacket that several artists have worn in their lives. I don't know. Anyways, cute as heck coat nonetheless. Amazing. Was it a bitch to paint? Yes. Yes, it was. But I love him so much. Also, these pants, he literally wore the most gave me the most complex outfit that he has, and it's literally just like his little crusty punk pants that he like not upcycled, but he fixed it up and made it less raggedy. Love a sustainable king. Resined it. Also, by the way, don't resin in your room. Resin with an open window, for the love of God. I almost died that night. My head was pounding and I just went to sleep and put the things outside. So we let her cook for a little bit, just a little bit, and at some point I dropped the head, right, my head, and the hair cracked ever so slightly, but that's okay. I just put some Posca markers over it, and then I did it again. And then I put OPI nail polish. Anyways, here is a tribute to the ones that didn't last. Anyways, that was a little weird tribute, but we are going forward with the blind box design part, which was very fun because I have never designed a little design package box ever in my life, and I thought this was really cute, and I just had a fun time doing the measurements and figuring out like, okay, what do I want to put on each side. I looked into other blind box people, things that, you know, are blind boxes. And I just kind of referenced or took inspiration from that. I had a really fun time designing the front of the box. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like just think of like random outfits or like whatever that we usually wear. And then this part was a really fun part where I added different types of figures that you could possibly get, but honestly it's just the one. I had the idea of like doing like different like poses, but I was like, actually let's not do that because I will cry if I do that. So I did just copy and pasted the base of it, and then I just I'll actually copy the base of his hair too, because it was he has the same hair in all these outfits, and it's really just my hair that changes periodically. So I did that, colored them all in, and it was cute. Each thing is according to a date or a memory from us in the last year, and yeah, I really liked how it turned out. So now that we have all the illustration parts down, I'm going to migrate them over to Kittl for designing the box itself. Kittl's platform makes it so easy to design things, as it's got your vector, pixel, and layout tools side by side, which helps speed up the process. I think my favorite part though is that you're able to put your artboards side by side, so you're able to see everything all at once and assess what needs to get done. They also come with so many fonts, textures, mockups, and stock photos for whatever project you need to get done, though for today, I used these type mockups to ease the process of making the typography of the blind box. All I had to do was change what I needed to say and finagle the colors of the lettering. They also had mockups for the box layout itself. Although it wasn't the exact dimensions I needed for the blind box, I was able to take reference from it and make it into my own. That's the thing with Kittl, you don't need to necessarily start from scratch. You're given so many tools to aid you from your troubles during the design process. If you're looking to expand your horizon with designing a logo, packaging design, and more, don't work harder than you should be. You can try out Kittl for free today, or use my code CareBearYT for 25% off all Kittl plans, and thank you to Kittl for helping me bring this amazing idea to life. So now that we have all of our elements down, I am going to put it together into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and finagle our way around it, if you get what I'm saying. Again, I had no idea what I was doing with the layout of this box, but thank God for Kittl for having several mock-ups already like by me so I could reference off of those to make it to the exact dimension that I needed. Yeah, and I just added the words for the other figures that were non-existent in this collection. And then we're gonna export it and print this baddie. Oh my god, it was so schmexy when I printed it. I didn't have a a binder, what's it called, the book binder thing, so I just used the back of an X-Acto knife and then just creased it, like just pressed on it ever so slightly so that it was easily bendable, and it worked. It did its job, and that's all I needed. Again, I used this nail glue, which was amazing. I got it for $5 for a 4-pack on Amazon, and I just connected her, and then I completely forgot, oh my god, I have to make 2 of these, so I made another one. And to finish it off, I ended up making the bottom plate to hold the figure itself, and now wait for the reveal in 3, 2, 1. The Soulmate Box, established in 2025.
The Soulmate Box was created solely for the purpose of remembering the moments with my other half, particularly with our cute as heck fits. Each fit was carefully curated by our creative director, created by the design team, me, Karen Vidals. The creative team took the time to sculpt each figure to their own. While, although yes, there are some flaws of maybe lint and lumps and bumps, each figure is unique to their own and one of a kind. They say whoever gets the matching set is to find in love with their soulmate till death does them part. So will you find your soulmate?
Also, yes, I know of the typos. I'm not meant to write. We have 4 things to choose from. Obviously, I'm not gonna create all 4 of these, but we have New Year Rave from when we went to see Porter Robinson, Day in Chinatown, self-explanatory, Halloween Weekend, we dressed up as Edward Scissorhands and Winona Ryder, whoever her character was, and apple picking. This part is literally just, I guess, my little letter, or in a way this is a card, so I'm just gonna put that there, but I will keep this blurred out in private because that is for me and him only. And the Soulmate Box, it's cute, isn't it? So all we need is his reaction, so let's go do that.